The Peninsula Humane Society has been in this community for close to 60 years, and we were founded as a nonprofit by a small group of individuals who saw how the animals were getting cared for at the local municipal shelter, and they felt like they could do better by the animals. We were in one spot for almost 6 decades, then we moved into this home just 2 years ago, and we still have people every day who are coming here saying, I never knew you were there, or when did you move, or what is this shelter, what happens here versus what happens at the other place. There are a few things that make us different from most shelters, if not all shelters. One is the fact that we take in everything that comes to us. So a lot of animal shelters out there are dog and cat places, and that's what they'd like to focus on. Whereas if you go to our second floor here, you see that we're about much more than dogs and cats.
We get all kinds of different birds, from pigeons to doves to parrots and parakeets and all the exotic kinds of birds. And then we have reptiles, which mostly are snakes and lizards like bearded dragons. We've got small animals like guinea pigs and rabbits and rats and mice. And sometimes we get a chinchilla every once in a while. When an animal is brought in, either as a stray or a surrender, the first thing that we do is just take a general, kind of look at the animal and make sure that they're, not obviously injured or unhealthy.
In our medical staff, we have right now 5 veterinarians, which is another aspect that makes us unusual for animal shelters. Some don't have any, some have 1. We have 5 full-time veterinarians. We have veterinary technicians, and we have animal care staff and wildlife specialists. So the whole medical team is, at least a dozen folks, and they are among the busiest people in the shelter.
I'm one of 6 veterinarians that work here. We take care of lost, stray, surrendered animals. And basically what we do is we do a physical exam to make sure that they're healthy and that they don't have any underlying problems. And then if they're not spayed or neutered, they go to our spay-neuter department and they are altered. And then once they're ready to go up for adoption, they head over to our other facility where they're ready for adoption. Or we hold them for 5 days, hoping that their owner comes in and finds them if they are an owned pet.
As long as they're generally healthy, then they are behaviorally evaluated, where we test them for all kinds of things from food guarding issues to resource guarding issues like toys and things like that. If they have a hard time sharing toys with people or other animals, and all handling. We make sure we touch them pretty evasively all over to make sure they're okay with being handled and can be handled, and we test them with how they react to other animals and how they react to people, and all genders of people and uniformed people. So we basically look for, we try to kind of test them in every possible situation to get a real good feel for how the general disposition of the animal.
We go beyond no-kill in that when animals come to us perfectly healthy, we find homes just like other shelters do. But our role is actually a lot broader in that we're taking in animals that need a lot more care. The hard ones for us are the ones that need the care. We always say it's easy to fix a broken bone, it's harder to fix a broken spirit.
So the HOPE program is for animals that come in that aren't completely healthy, either behaviorally or medically, and they need some extra attention. One that we currently just put up for adoption, she's a really great story. She came in completely matted, and basically her eyes were matted over, and so she couldn't see. And so when we removed the hair from her body, we basically had to shave her completely. We sent her to an ophthalmology specialist, and based on their assessment, they felt that the eye could not be saved and potentially could cause problems in the future. So we did have to remove one of her eyes, and now she's ready to go up for adoption, and she's gained weight. When she first came in, she couldn't even walk really, and now she's gonna be in someone's home forever.
The Peninsula Humane Society offers the ability to care for animals who need help the most. And in many communities, animals aren't getting that care because the shelters don't have the resources. So we have the resources, so we're able to make well about 200 animals every month that need some specialty care.